Let's bring in now Rear Adm.Joe Nimmich, who's a former deputy administrator of FEMA, spent 30+ years in the Coast Guard. How about that before we talk about anything else? 165. I mean, I said earlier, that's a hero for you. A lot of heroes in this.
Well, there's a lot of heroes. First responders are always heroes. Texas has got some of the very best first responders. That state often has disasters, probably more than any other state, but it's also larger than any other CONUS state. The young petty officer that you see standing in front of you is trained just like every other petty officer, and his ability to triage a large group of people and support the first responders as those who most critically needed to get out and then use the capacity to bring the rest out is what first responders are trained for. And certainly I saw a lot of that in my 33 years in the Coast Guard. I am not surprised, and I'm very pleased, but it goes to show how all of the resources, federal, state, and local, need to be brought to bear on something as devastating as this is physically, but probably even more so an emotional disaster for many, many families.
Absolutely. With so many children involved, we're realizing that the more conversations we have about it. Combining your years in the Coast Guard with your time at FEMA, what would you say about both the preparation for and then the execution of the response to this particular disaster, you know, using your experience from the past?
I think we have to, we're going to focus on all of those poor souls lost and the impact on their families. As you said, 29 children. It's hard to fathom losing a child, but you also have to focus on how many people have been rescued.
Yes.
Extraordinary numbers. So the preparation for something that happened in about 45 minutes, there isn't much preparation, but the ability for those first responders across the spectrum of the government, the local community, the volunteers, and the state, and then the federal government's resources, you have to understand they have done a phenomenal job with something that we don't ever imagine is really going to happen.
Exactly. There's some video of these spectacular rescues. This is, again, the Coast Guard in Kerr County. You know, we had a briefing earlier from Burnett County, which is near, relatively nearby, and I think they got hit on Saturday with some flooding, and they had 3 or 4 people killed, and there was a few people missing. But the sheriff who was there, he said what you said. He says, we're not talking enough about the 60-some people in that particular county who were rescued. So he wanted to make note of that, just as you're doing, because earlier I was having a conversation just a few minutes ago. General Honore was on talking about things we could have done before, like this warning system. He was talking about that. It is curious. I guess it's a local funding issue, maybe, that some of the, we don't have a siren system, for example, like we do for other disasters.
So we've known for a long time that tornadoes, you don't have a lot of time to respond. Right. Most flooding events, you have time to evacuate. And that decision to order an evacuation doesn't come lightly. If you order an evacuation too frequently and individuals don't see the need for that evacuation, then they start to ignore it. So I have a great deal of respect for the Weather Service in trying to warn, but not overwarn to where people ignore their appropriate response. Mm-hmm. This was a flash flood. So how you deal with a flash flood, could there have been audible warning systems? Yes, but do you put them on every river? Where is the next flash flood going to be? It is hard to understand exactly how you would implement a system like that. Clearly, if there was a flood in '87, that's almost, what, 45 years.
Right.
It's not something that happens frequently enough that you would maintain it. I'm not sure exactly how that would work. The ability to warn people of flash floods if you're in an area where it happens. But what we really also need to be talking about is how do we better predict the amount of rain?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.